Hello and welcome to drillingcontractor.org. This is Kelly Ainsworth Robinson at the 2018 SPE and IADC Managed Pressure Drilling and Underbalance Operations Conference in New Orleans. I'm with Ryan Clementson, Business Development Manager for Tolomatic, to hear about the new servo choke system that he talked about in a presentation at the conference. How are you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Many of the hydraulic and electric actuation systems that are being used for MPD today weren't actually designed for MPD. How does that impact their performance?
Hydraulics, they've been very, very reliable since the days prior to modern industrial robotics, but performance is going to be affected by temperature, lack of maintenance, and also the ability for them to naturally provide feedback is not there within the system, so they've had to add additional components like a linear transducer, which also has limited resolution on position. With the electric actuators currently used today are actually hybrids of that original hydraulic system. So they've kept a lot of the mechanical components in place, which is the limiting factor in their ultimate precision. There's a backlash inherent within the screw, which is important when you are doing very, very tight pressure control, whereby as the choke becomes very closed, some of the positions required to make the pressure adjustments can actually be smaller than the mechanical backlash within the overall system.
And you did design servo choke specifically for MPD. Can you tell us about the drivers for development?
Yes, the drivers actually came from feedback within the MPD community. They were looking for something that was faster than what they had. They were looking for something that was more precise. And so we took those needs and that feedback from the industry and incorporated some of our technology, such as servo motors and absolute encoders, to create a very compact, purpose-built actuator for managed pressure drilling.
Could you give us a brief overview of the technology and how it works?
Absolutely. It utilizes a brushless servo motor, an absolute encoder, a precision servo class gear reducer, and again our planetary roller screws. And the planetary roller screw is a big driver in getting the precision and getting the reliability to where the MPD community wants it. The difference between that and the jack screw is that they're all precision ground, highly toleranced machine components that have a higher degree of surface area contact for load distribution, so that when you're modulating under load for long periods of time, you're not diminishing the ability to provide precision control over a very, very small range of motion for a long period of time.
And you work with Pruitt to build the servo choke into their manifold. Could you tell us about that process and the performance that was seen when Pruitt deployed it in the field?
Absolutely. There was a number of different steps involved beyond the original testing and development in our lab. The first step was to do kind of an overall performance validation that we did at LSU at PERT Labs facility with Absolute Controls and Cortec providing equipment to facilitate that test. And then we went to a factory acceptance test at Pruitt's facility in Fort Smith, where they saw extremely repeatable, precise pressure control on both step ups and step downs, and the ability to potentially control pressure as low as 50 gallons a minute. From there, they went to the first field deployment, where performance from the FAT to the field was identical, which they thought was fantastic. And the first drilling installation that they had done, they sent out a survey to their customer and received nearly flawless marks just on the first drilling installation alone.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Ryan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us on drillingcontractor.org.